SML, we are here for the Primer Team Selection Draft. I am Primetime Triple Zero, joined by Mad Bomber and AJ, two of the admins here in Primer. How you guys doing today?
Oh, good. Excited for this. I think we've all been looking forward to this for a while. There's been talk in chat of I'm taking this team, I'm taking that team, and now it's time to finally figure out who's getting what teams.
Yeah, it's my favorite time of the year, draft time, right after when I'm in the Super Bowl. AJ, how you feeling?
Feel good, man. I'm ready to start playing some meaningful games and get rid of the head-to-head nonsense and scrimmages and all that. So I'm excited.
Uh, well, boys and girls, we're not going to waste time. We are officially putting the Mad Bomber on the clock.
Yeah, this I went back and forth with a couple teams. Started with the Cardinals, realized the Cardinals are terrible, and so I'm gonna take the Detroit Lions.
Wow. The Mad Bomber taking the Detroit Lions. The Lions off the board there. That immediately puts Dan on the clock. I think I have Dan's pick, but Dan, if you'd like to DM me, you're welcome to. Bomber, in the meantime, why the Lions?
I think they've got kind of what I like. They have the young team. They've got a good pass rusher in Hutchinson. They've got Jamar Gibbs. They've got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jameson Williams. And then on the defensive side, they've also got Terrion Arnold, who's a rookie cornerback, who's going to start as superstar. I think that's a team that I can build something with. The Cardinals just look like they were going to be too much work with 3 leagues, so I'm going to have to go ahead and pass on Marvin Harrison. Maybe somebody will send me him later on down the road.
Yeah, no good stuff there. And I'm going to go ahead and announce Dan's pick. The Dan He has announced that Taylor Swift has bought the Chiefs and he's going to go to Kansas City and utilize Patrick Mahomes and the boys in the Kansas City Chiefs for the second pick in the Primer Team Selection Draft. That now means AJ's on the clock. In the meantime, I'm going to update our little board here. So if you guys want to elaborate on Dan's pick, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I think Dan with the Chiefs will be interesting because Dan's a guy that never wants a quarterback. He'll get a good quarterback, dev him up to superstar, and then trade him away. Always talks about how they're just not worth all the money that they get. And then with the second pick, he takes one of the higher paid quarterbacks in the game. Granted, one of the better ones as well. So I think it's an interesting pick for Dan.
Yeah, I can think of a lot of good reasons to pick the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, number one, and then I mean they just have insane speed on offense. You could spend the whole cycle just drafting defense, and you'd be in good shape. So that's a good pick for Dan. And for those of you new guys, um, it's a good player with a good team. So just so you know when you're picking divisions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just wonder what do you need all that speed for to throw swing passes and just RPOs and little dump offs? I mean, it seems like a waste, but maybe he's going to trade it to try and get something to help build his team. I don't know.
AJ, you're on the clock. What are you waiting for?
Jets, man, Jets, Jets, Jets,
No.
Jets, Jets.
Really?
Going Jets.
Wow. Holy cow. Okay.
I like
That's.
the pick. I don't think it's a bad pick.
Mm-hmm.
You get Aaron Rodgers for one season. You've got a lot there you can work with, especially on the offensive side. Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, and then on the defensive side, Sauce Gardner. He's what 24 years old, 23 years old, and he's already the top corner in the game. So I don't think that's a bad choice there.
That's a good pick. I like it. AJ didn't have his quarterback in the SML. He's now got Aaron Rodgers in the primer. I like that. That means I'm now on the clock, and this could mean something big if you're in the SML because this could have an impact on my SML team selection pick. So I'm going to go ahead and announce it now. With the fourth pick in the team selection draft, I am going to take the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to take the Colts in the primer.
Well, so that
Nice.
that's a bit of a surprise. Um, I don't know if there's much to say about the Colts pick other than I'm surprised it's in primer and not a week from now. But um, I think they're a fun team. I looked at them. I actually thought about taking them just to have them and play against you with them. But I really don't like that defense, so I passed on him. But yeah, a little speechless right now.
Uh,
I, I have a theory. This is a purely competitive move from Prime to really get a feel for his team in SML. That's my theory.
I see a comment, by the way. Kata Spades, my wife's watching. She says, "Wow, I'm shocked. I'm shocked she knew how to log on to Twitch and comment. So that's impressive." Um, hey, I'm not saying why I picked the Colts here. Maybe I am getting practice, maybe I'm not. But the important thing is that Trick is on the clock. Trick, I'm waiting on your DM. You have to DM me. You have 3 minutes to do so. Uh,
And if Trick doesn't, he did send in a list. He's
okay.
one of the 11 that sent a list in.
And Bomber, if you want, you could just announce his pick if the clock runs out. That might be easier for me actually.
All right, yeah, that works. Going back to AJ's pick though, because right now I don't even know what to say about the Colts being picked in primer by you. But AJ took a team. We talked about. You brought up he wants a quarterback. He chased one all last cycle, and he takes a team that's going to need one after the first season. So that's kind of interesting to see that he did that. One season short of chasing one, but I guess he can sit one
I've
behind the
The
Rodgers.
pick is in, by the
I've
way.
played I've played enough of this man to know that quarterback play is not going to be the same as last year.
That's
I'll
true.
just say that.
Same. I'm going to announce the pick. Trick has said he's going to take his talents to Las Vegas and join the Raiders. Trick is a
Oh,
Raider.
wow.
Yeah, I think this pick makes sense. He's a Raider fan. He's kind of even hinted it in chat today. He was talking about a team that wears black and all this about the Raiders. Um, as much as I don't like that roster, they do have some pieces. Max Crosby, if you've played the game at all, you know that pass rush right now is really good if you have good players. So Max Crosby is going to be really good. And then on top of that, they drafted Brock Bowers, and tight end always seems to be one of the positions where you can really help your offense if you have a good tight end. So I think it's a good pick, and it's his favorite team. I'm excited to see what he does this cycle.
I like that.
Yep.
One thing to note, still some of my top teams are still on the board. The Eagles, Bengals, Ravens are still there. The Lions, the Jets, the Raiders, Colts all went early. Dan's the only guy who said, "Hey, he needs to take a super team."
Yeah, kind of surprised. That doesn't usually seem like Dan's type of pick, but maybe he thinks it'll be different or more fun to try something different here in Primer.
Yeah. Um, Interesting stuff happening so far. We are waiting on Tug's pick. Tug is a sixth pick in the primer draft. Right now, the draft's gone by fairly quickly so far. AJ, Bomber, myself have all picked. Dan's picked. Trick taking the Raiders last. We have 2:42 left, and the pick is in. Actually, the pick is in from Tug. Um, wow. Tug says, I hear one of my division opponents will give me easy wins, so I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars. Is he talking trash? Is he a trash talker?
Well, looking at the board, there's only one team that he could be talking about, and that is you.
Can I give the Conor McGregor? Who is that guy? I gotta say that PG because we're on a family show, but I have no clue who this guy even is. But whatever, I'm on. It's on now. Tug the rope.
Yeah, not a bad pick. I don't know if he's from there or why he would pick the Jaguars. They do have a decent team. Josh Allen, really good. And then the offense, Matt talked about it earlier on our SML mock draft, how good that Jaguars offense is, especially the receivers. So he must have seen something there he likes.
Like the Jags are, even when they're bad, they always have a good Madden roster for whatever reason. They're not. I'm surprised to see them go that quickly. So with the Jags and the Raiders going off the board, and um, the people later in the draft are licking their chops right now. They're happy some of these mid-tier teams are coming off the board, or lower-tier teams for that matter, for the Raiders.
Yeah,
And
I mean, and we've seen it before. I mean, teams fall because guys will take either their favorite team or they just fall in love with a certain player. So it's not really that surprising.
And DeTruth is now on the clock. DeTruth is the seventh pick in the draft. Truth was the Eagles, I believe, in primer last year. Very dominant player. I actually played him in a college football championship league game and completely smoked him in that game. A lot of respect for DeTruth.
Yeah, he took the Eagles last time. It'll be interesting to see what he goes with this time. He said, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, that he narrowed down his team pick. So I know the Lions were one of the teams he had talked about, but um, he didn't expect them to be there anyway. So interested to see what he has here. He did not send in a list.
Yeah, he did not send a list. He said, "I'm looking what teams have been taken." R Power says, "Look on Twitch." I agree, R Powers. I agree. 220 left. Did not send a list in. It would suck if he goes all the way to the bottom of the draft. That would be fascinating to see. Uh,
Yeah, that's why he sent in the list. I know he said it multiple times. You know, you still get your time on the clock, but just in case, send a list in, and in 2 minutes we may find out why just in case happens.
You know, you never know. That's why even if I'm a guy, this is a good message to Primer. If you ever in a Primer draft again or SML draft, even if you anticipate being there, could you imagine your internet drops or your cell phone breaks and goes powers down for 5 minutes? And I would just send the list, but I'm a safe guy.
Especially at 7. I mean, it's not like you had to really dig deep there.
Yeah.
I think Truth's going to take best available here, if last year's any indication.
Oh,
Well,
pick is
best
in.
available, I think, is the Eagles. So unless he's doubling up.
Um, he.
Pick in.
Yep, the pick is in. And drum roll, please. I'm gonna tap my mic because this is a low budget presentation. The Truth selects the Baltimore Ravens, led by Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. He's not a guy that really wants to, struggle at all. He's going to take the best available team and try to win a bunch. And I think he got him one, maybe two championships last year. So not really a surprise here.
Yeah, I agree. Real quick, AJ, before you give your analysis, I do want to give a quick shout out to who the next is on the clock, which is Death Wish DW. If you want to DM me, your pick. And he runs up to the podium, by the way. I'm going to announce the DW pick so we can keep the show going. Then, AJ, you'll get your mic time eventually. I feel terrible. But Death Wish selects the Green Bay Packers, which puts Johnny C on the clock. Pick 9, Johnny C.
Johnny C been with us since probably mid-cycle, Barber, maybe.
Yeah, he
Maybe
was the
late
Bucks, I
cycle.
believe.
He's one of the few that I recognize the name. A lot of these guys are really new, so curious to see where he'll go. He played with the Bucks all last cycle, so that was probably pretty cycle for him, especially coming in midway.
Yeah, he'll definitely have a better team here. DW taking the Packers. Didn't really see much of DW last year when he got called up to the SML. He had the Cardinals, and that was a team that Monty had just destroyed. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with this team now that he's a little more invested in it.
So I'm going to go ahead and tag Johnny C. Guys, draft shaking out interesting. Eagles and Bengals still on the board.
And Johnny C, I don't believe sent a list in. Look through my.
He was in chat earlier today, so I know he's been present.
This is a good time to announce the Death Wish, and actually somebody partnered with Death Wish and DM'd me to make it a $40 giveaway. Pioneer and Death Wish both donated to me to help give $40 away during this primer stream. I'm going to do that at the 11th pick. Actually, the 12th pick in honor of Andrew Luck, the greatest quarterback to ever play the football game. 12th pick, we'll be doing a giveaway. 2 minutes, 29 seconds left for Johnny C to make his pick. I have no clue who Johnny C wants. I have no clue if Johnny C even knows there's a draft happening right now.
Yeah, he should. He's one of the guys that's in chat pretty regularly. He's actually, it shows him online now. So.
Oh, the pick is in. I underestimated Johnny C. He says he's going to go rogue here. AJ, guess.
I don't know what that means. What does it mean, go rogue? He's picking a terrible team. I don't know. He's going to go with the Patriots.
No, you're wrong. It's the Vikings. Johnny C is taking the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
Interesting, which means he wants to take on Death Wish. There's a little rivalry brewing there.
That could be it. Of the two teams left in the NFC North, though, that's the surprising one to me, to take the Vikings over the Bears. But
yeah,
maybe he's a Alabama guy and likes Dallas Turner. Maybe he's a Michigan guy and likes McCarthy, or just Justin Jefferson even.
That means Who's now on the clock? Yes, that means our friend Jay Shu. Jay Shu is on the clock. We're at pick 10. Pick 12, we're going to do a $40 giveaway. I'm going to do a trivia question. And the first one to comment in the comments, um, we'll get 40 bucks.
All right, so Jay Shu on the clock. He was the Chiefs last year. Um, obviously, Chiefs are
JSU
gone, so
with
that's not
us.
even.
JSU
Wasn't he?
with us the first draft last year.
No, he wasn't. I don't
Oh,
think.
okay, so he
I'm
inherited the
trying to think.
Chiefs.
I'm trying to think who had the Chiefs, but um, we went through a couple. I think it actually may have been Filthy. I
That
don't
sounds
remember,
right.
but
That sounds right.
I can see Jay Shu. Every time I played him, he likes to bring the pressure. So I think it's going to be a team with a good defense. Maybe the 49ers here.
He likes to
Uh,
throw the rock a lot too, so I'm
yeah,
looking at a
Brock
good
Purdy may
QB.
not be that guy. The Eagles are there though, and the Eagles are a pretty loaded team, so I could see him doing that.
Yeah, 49ers are there. Eagles, Bengals are there. Those are my best available. The pick is in. Oh, wait. Hold on here. Let's see here. Okay, that's not it.
Yeah, Woods says some strong teams still available. We are at pick 10, and yeah, definitely some teams available, especially after you had the Jaguars and the Colts and the Raiders all go quick.
And Jay Shu has announced his pick. He DM'd me. It's official. He's taking his talents to California. Whoever said the 49ers is right. Jay Shu is a 49er.
Interesting pick. I like it. I mean, that's a loaded roster. The only thing you got to figure out is QB. They haven't paid Brock Purdy yet, so you're not tied to the hip for him. I mean, that's a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, if we were talking about how you would chase the quarterback last year, and if you're going to chase a quarterback, having that 49ers roster is probably not the worst roster to be chasing one with. And you do have Purdy. If you can get over that, I think it's like 79 throw power. I mean, it's bad. But he is superstar, so he may develop faster. I haven't seen a point for throw power yet, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But like you said, you're not tied to him.
Pick 12 is one of my favorite primer members, Mr. Rubbin, but Mr. Rubbin is not on the clock yet. DeVal, he's on the clock right now.
Yeah, and he did not send a list
He
either.
did not send a list. Now, one thing I will say, Primer, the league has been created. We will give you instructions on how to join. Probably will post a password. One tip I will give to Primer guys right now, some SML guys have made this mistake in the past. It happens. We're an owner league. You're going to want to create an owner and use a financial mogul. What that'll do is give you the most funds possible. You want the 300 million funds. We run 7, 8 seasons long. Those funds are going to mean a lot towards the end of the cycle. Choose a financial mogul. If you don't, you're probably going to have 150 and you're kind of just stuck with 150. So choose a financial mogul when you create your owner. Don't forget that.
Yeah, we'll put that in the league update when the information goes out to join, but inevitably somebody's going to forget
Yeah.
because it happens every year. The only good thing is this year you don't have to press triangle to get like a hidden
It's not
menu. It,
hidden.
it just
Yeah.
pops up. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so maybe we'll
just a
get
little
lucky.
thing. Little thing.
Yeah, I think that would have been a back of the box feature. If
They don't ever fix the big
got
thing. We'll hang our hat on the little.
Again, Deval Goat is on the clock. He's pick 11 in this primer draft. We're still waiting on him. KJ is
Yeah, he
in
was in
clock.
there
AJ in chat.
KJ.
earlier today too.
I see KJ in chat. He says AJ's hair is gone. Mike's in chat. Paulie's been in chat. Many meets subscribed. NYT, Death Wish, all sorts of primer guys in chat. The pick is in, by the way. I don't want to forget that. And he says the Atlanta Falcons are now his, which means Mr. Rubbin. You're on the clock if you can DM me, Mr. Rubbin.
Yeah, Deval. I shared a division with him last cycle. He really loves the tight end and the seam. He's gonna try to abuse Kyle Pitts. So just fair warning to whoever shares division with Deval. Watch the tight end. He'll thank me later.
Yeah, and he tends to take a running quarterback. So I'd imagine we're not going to see any Kirk Cousins. It's going to be Michael Penix, and um, it'll be interesting to see what he does with Falcons. I think if I remember right, he joined Primer coming in as the Falcons as well. So um, just returning to Atlanta for him.
So we are at the 12th pick, which means, unless if you guys don't know, it's time for some SML trivia. It's time for me to come up with an SML trivia question on a whim here. Let me ask you guys this. First one in Primer to answer, and this answer is can be found somewhere online. What year was the SML founded? Winner gets $40.
2029. Interesting guess.
Wow,
got a
Jacob
couple
is
guesses.
typing, comes in immediately and says 2015. I have no clue who that is.
Yeah.
At all.
Is that guy in the league? Hold on, let me check the roster.
It does not match any of the names in here, so it's not.
Oh,
not the
it's
same
it's
as-
a little queer.
Little
A little queer. Oh wait, how do you say that?
No, I think you got it. That
little
sounded
quirk.
about right.
How do you pronounce that? Little quirky.
Little quirky. I read it quirky. I don't know.
Oh,
know
okay. Sorry, I can't read very well.
So it's like Albuquerque.
Oh.
It's a little Kirky. Okay.
Are you from Albuquerque? Little quirky.
Little quirky.
You should have went with Jacob is typing. Let's
Jacob, I'm just gonna call you Jacob for now on. Little quirky. Interesting. Did Mr. Robinson is picking yet? Jesus.
He did not, but he does have a list. So
Alright.
if he's not here, his list is there. That was quick. I don't know if he had the rule. Maybe he was reading the
How
rules.
did he know?
I don't know.
Dude, how did you know that? Let us know in the like. You were fast.
I'm looking at like the screen to see if there's something on there that says like established 2015. Maybe that's how
he's
long the
been
Twitch has been
secretly
around.
following us this whole time. It's probably somebody
Yeah.
that has been in the SML for years.
I'm
under
sure.
a different name. Maybe KJ. I don't know.
Oh wait, I got a pick. The pick is in. Then maybe KJ says, it is the Seattle Seahawks for Mr. Rubbin. Mr. Rubbin takes the Seattle Seahawks.
I believe that's his home team.
Oh, interesting.
That's his fan. It's his favorite team. So that doesn't surprise me. That's a good pick. They have some good pieces. Kenneth Walker, Ole Miss great, DK Metcalf. You got to figure out quarterback, but they have some really good pieces on defense as well. That'll be a fun team.
Yeah, that's the team I looked at for here as well as SML. The quarterback position kind of hurt. Woolen being only normal was kind of a surprise. It feels like this year, EA's always kind of been sort of slow about removing devs and bumping guys down. Hell, you still see it with Trevor Lawrence is still superstar. But Woolen, normal dev, that really killed it for me. I mean, you got to get 2 devs just to get to superstar, and so he's pretty much what he is.
Hey, can you get me some chocolate milk? Oh, jeez, Louise. We are waiting on ZBD Pats to make a pick.
Yeah, he does have a list in, and he will get his number 1 team.
Can I guess it's the Pats? I don't know who he would. His name's ZBD Pats. If you disappoint.
Yeah, that would be a good guess. It's funny because I didn't even realize it. He sent the list, and I said, why would anybody have them?
Giants? Didn't he have the Giants last cycle?
He did. Yeah.
As a Pats fan, that had to have been hard,
Yeah, what the?
Those 2 Super Bowls ripping their hearts out.
Yeah, he fell in on a team maybe that he didn't like. I can sympathize though. My first SML team, when I got the call up, was the Steelers, and as a Browns fan, that kind of hurt my heart.
Our first game, your power went out.
Yeah, it almost hurt as much as seeing that my quarterback was Josh Rosen, which almost hurt as much as seeing that he was out for the rest of the season, and I had some backup guy I don't even know who he was.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think I had thunderstorms that day, and like the power went out like 3 different times.
Yeah, we played like 3 times.
Yeah, we kept recreating each quarter, and
we should have just played the whole game 3 times.
Yeah, little did I know your internet was going to go out like 500 more times that first season. But
Yeah, it's a rite of passage.
Yeah, I should just blamed it on you. Nobody told me.
Nobody would have. Yeah, nobody would have batted
Yeah.
an eye.
Yeah. All right, so he's down to a minute 40.
Yeah, that clock is ticking down. Um, we are waiting on ZBD Pats. He does have a list, so I almost feel like I just want to give him the Pats, but we'll wait. We are at pick
Yeah,
13.
he does still get his time if he wants to come to his senses and not take the Pats. But really, I don't think that team's that bad. I mean, when you look down the list of teams that are going to be at the bottom, the Pats really aren't that bad. With Drake May, you've got Christian Gonzalez. They've got some stuff there to work with. The other teams, that they have a lot less.
Yeah, yeah. They got the young quarterback, and that's about it. But at the very least, you could say you have cool jerseys. I've always liked the Patriots
There
jerseys.
you go. Yeah. Yeah, I think the quarterback is a big selling point. Um, like we talked about AJ chasing the quarterback. That's one thing you don't want to chase because everybody's chasing that new
Yeah.
quarterback that's going to be superstar X factor. So you'll see guys that take a quarterback in the first round, and then the next year they're taking another one, just trying to hit one of those lottery tickets. And if you can start with a guy that's going to be good, I think you're already kind of ahead of the curve.
Drake May's ratings actually reminded me a lot of what Andrew Luck's ratings were early on in his Madden career. Similar speed, arm strength, all that stuff. Maybe a little bit lower accuracy wise, but the clock's going to go ahead and hit 0. So we're going to go ahead and award ZBD Pats with the Pats, which now puts Axia Prop as the next man on the clock.
We need a better nickname for this guy. I can't.
Terrible
I don't.
PSN.
Yeah, I
Actually,
just call him AP when he joins the chat because there's a lot there. I don't know what it all is. Half the time, I don't know if I'm typing it right. So
I don't
I
know
give
just
how to
us
call
an
him
pronounce it.
AP.
explanation. Give us an explanation on Axia Prop if you're in the chat. AP.
Um, I'll say this: it's the guys with PSNs like this that never last in Madden leagues. Axia, if you want to be a long-term member, you probably need to change your PSN. I've never, in my time, and I've commissioned for a long time, have I seen a guy that's a great member with a PSN like this. It's always the ones that are like just basic first name Ryan 641, or maybe like I'm gonna name a random one here, like a Matt 54987, something like that. That you just know they're gonna last forever.
I think my favorite part though is when it comes across in Discord when he sends you a DM. It's just Cody.
Yeah, and he did.
Oh,
Speaking of, he DM'd me.
It's
Old
just the
Cody
most
did.
simple. It's the most simple Discord name, but
Forgot about that.
And Cody selects the Rams. Axia Prop selects the Rams. Interesting pick because they're kind of a garbage team, right? He must be a Rams fan.
yeah, I think he is a Rams fan. Early on, those were the two teams I was talking about was the Cardinals and the Rams, and he had mentioned how he was hoping for the Rams. So, not too surprising that he took the Rams here. Other than they are the Rams, and they have
One
some
of those
nice pieces.
teams. That's one of those teams that is pretty good in real life that just doesn't get any Madden love. Maybe
Yeah,
that'll turn around here in a couple seasons if they keep pushing playoffs.
yeah, I like their draft picks. They brought in Fisk and Verse from Florida State, two guys that should help them with their pass rush and their front four. Um, and then you got Blake Corum. I, they only gave him 88 speed, but considering Kyron Williams has an 86 speed, he's not a bad little piece to add to that offense. So I think he'll have fun with that team, especially if they're his favorite team.
And I'll never pronounce his PSN wrong again. Lil Quirku, he's gonna he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna take the Philadelphia Eagles. They're still on the board, and we're at what, pick 15? Good
Pick
pick,
15, yeah,
good value. Eddie
they
King's on the
fell
clock.
quite a bit. And funny enough, they weren't even on his list.
Wow. Well, I don't think he thought they'd be there. Maybe.
He didn't. Yeah, no way he thought they'd be
Yeah.
available.
So
I
it
mean,
pays to also sit in the stream after you send in your list.
we got Bengals still out there, Texans, Dolphins. There's
Chargers.
there's some Bears. There's some tier one teams out there, and we're mid draft, so there ought to be some excited folks here that are coming up soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
guys, we always talk about guys, they're worried about the pick and who's gonna be there, but I mean, this is just proof it does
You never
happen where they
know.
fall.
Um, so we have Eddie King on the clock. I DM'd him. Like you guys said, lots of good value. That's the cool thing about team selection drafts. A lot of times people take their favorite team. It's a long cycle, which means a lot of time to build. Um, just looking at the NFC, the Bears top team for me. Um, even Commanders, they got young quarterback, rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Chargers have Herbert. Dolphins, I mean Josh Allen on the Bills. I mean Texans, CJ Stroud, Joe Burrow. Lots of great, 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 great player teams on the board here.
Yeah, I'm counting right now, and it looks like there's 7 superstar or X Factor quarterbacks left on the board. So guys that want a quarterback are definitely still have a chance to get them. And with Eddie being on the clock, he does have a list as well.
Oh,
It's Friday night. I imagine he's probably coaching football. Uh, Friday Night
Yeah,
Lights.
he's West Coast, so
Oh, that's true.
he should still be or could still be.
hey, everybody's calling me Sleepy Joe in chat right now. I just want to say I'm doing a lot of back end stuff. I've got to DM guys. I've got to update this chart over there. I've got to update the timer. I've got to update the prime best availables. I'm not Sleepy Joe. I've got tons of energy.
Yeah, I mean, you just had some chocolate milk, and you're good to go
I
for
got
at
a
least
glass of
another
milk.
couple.
Oh, little Bronny. I mean, Hertz Money says Eddie's at a football game. Do we have his list, Bomber?
We do have his list, and his list at the top is the New York Giants.
Well, we'll give it to him.
Yeah, he did have some of the other teams further down his list, so I don't think he wasn't expecting them to be available. So Giants must be his team.
We'll give it to him. If he's not here, we'll give it to him. Eddie Flo or Eddie King? Eddie King.
Eddie King.
Was there an Eddie Flo at one point?
There was
Oh, yeah.
for a while.
Ready.
He did not last.
Oh, geez, kind of brought up a sore spot there. Hey, Motown. I like this Motown guy. He seems like he's got potential here.
Yeah, Motown. One of the guys. And this is kind of what I know. Us admins have talked about this, but from 17 down, there's a lot of guys here that are really active. We just haven't seen too much out of them gameplay wise, but Motown was around the end of last cycle. He's been really active in chat, so interested to see what team he picks here.
Again.
Yeah, just
Oh, go on, AJ.
go for it.
No, man.
I was gonna say,
You're older than me. You're wise. You're smart. The league needs to hear what AJ has to say.
all right. Well, I was just going to mention for some of these new guys, we mentioned activity, and people get a kick out of the inactive list, but this is a little different league than some of these others. We're not just here to play games. We're looking for guys that want to be active and build a community, so to speak, and a mutual respect for each other. So, um, if you find yourself on that inactive list numerous times, don't be surprised to find yourself out of the chat entirely. So, just word to the wise, just stay active. Um, you know, be proactive with scheduling and communicating and everything, and you'll be here to stay.
Yeah, I mean, we got rid of 4 guys right before the draft over the last couple of days, so now they may be in here watching. Who knows? Didn't even know that they're not in it anymore.
I remember years ago, Bomber, you might have remembered this. I don't know if you're here for this. In our group me days, when I would do the inactive 3 days, and inactive 2 days, and inactive 1 day. 3 days used to be our kind of standard. Like that's too many, and then I moved it down to 2 days, and then now it's you can't be on the list at all in SML. Like really, if you're inactive for 1 day, you're kind of a weird guy. But
Yeah, you don't have many on it. I mean,
yeah,
every once in a while somebody will be gone for 2 days or something, but more often than not, there's nobody.
Motown's still on the clock. He's got a minute 50. I've messaged him.
Are the Lions? No, that's his team. I forgot. Bomber took the Lions. I think he's a Lions fan.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I did take the Lions. Probably the team he wanted, but I don't know if they'd have been there anyway.
Oh, he
Probably not.
sent me a DM. All caps too. He seems excited about this. I would be too. The Miami Dolphins, the good value pick there.
Yeah, a lot of teams. I mean, we've hit on it a couple of times that there's a lot of really good teams that have fallen, and the Dolphins are one of those. One thing with the Dolphins, though, they are a little bit strapped when it comes to the cap. So it'll be interesting to see how he kind of navigates that, especially with some of the guys that you might want to get rid of off the start. They're the guys that have the largest cap hits and just signed deals. You got your Armstead and your what's the other guy I'm thinking of? Bradley Chubb, I think, has a new deal as well. So the two of those guys, um, not guys that are going to be long term, but you got him long term. So we'll see what he does there.
Hey, and Pioneer is now on the clock. I've DM'd him. Um, we are at the 18th pick in the primer team selection draft. SML team selection draft a week from today on Friday. Very exciting times for the SML and the primer. I feel very excited for the primer this year. We got a lot of fun stuff planned for our owners. Goals of being a little more, involved with some content. Just good stuff happening in primer right now. As I got to update the best available list, but the Texans, Bengals, and Chargers are all still there on my best available list. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected those teams to be this far down the draft. Um, Pioneer should be pretty excited when he sees this. Maybe that's why he's taking so long. More choices than he thought he was going to have, but um, he was the guy that was in chat. He even asked about sending the list if he had to, but he said he was going to be here. So we'll see what
He's
he
been
does
really
here.
active. I think you mentioned who he wanted, but I don't remember who it was. I
Yeah,
remember reading something.
I would guess it'll be if I had to pick. I think he would go with the Texans.
Paulie says, Prime, you think the Texans are available because you're the Colts? I don't even think these guys know who I am.
Yeah,
Maybe they've heard
I don't.
legends like I'm Luke Skywalker, like that I slayed the Empire, but I don't know if they know who I am.
Who are you, Brian? Why don't you tell us?
Well, I mean, I don't want to brag, but if you want me to, I got about a minute 40. So if you guys go on simmaddenleague.com, check out the champions page, you'll notice 22 banners. Indianapolis Colts banners. I am the 22-time champion. Actually, hold that thought.
What
I
do I
wonder if he
know?
got like a little. I don't even know what you'd call it, like a little thing for his desk that just has 22 little mini Simbardis lined up.
Oh, this is a Simbardi trophy right here, boys. Hard quality Chinese made trophy. Yep, made in China. This is good stuff. If you win the Simbardi trophy in the SML, you get one of these, $100. It used to be like $80, but then for some reason, post 2016, around 2020 to 2024, now it's a lot more expensive. Not sure why. And if you're a really good member in the SML, you get one of these bad boys. This is the SML Hall of Fame football that members get for making the Hall of Fame. I got a picture of you. Bomber, you have one of these, don't
I
you?
got one right there.
There's his SML Hall of Famer.
The glass case there, Butler. That's nice.
That is, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. Mine was in my closet. It's flat. A little Tom Brady action. But
Oh,
Uh,
that explains how you
it's
won
still,
those 22 championships, I guess.
you could probably still throw it about 40 yards, right?
yeah, 40 probably. Hey, Pioneer made his pick while I got up and I was flaunting my stuff. Pioneer made his pick. Um, he's going to take the Bears. He's taking the Bears. Good pick. I like that pick. Caleb Williams, good team.
Yeah, I think the Bears. If I hadn't had the Bears in SML last cycle, I would have liked the Bears. Caleb Williams, you got Roma Dunze, two guys come in right off the bat, superstar and X Factor. Then you've got DJ Moore, Keenan Allen. They added DeAndre Swift, who's a superstar now. Just a really good roster. And then to me, the tough part about the Bears last year was their pass rush. And they had Montez Sweat. So yeah, I think that's a good pick. I think that's a really good team. Um, I know Death Wish was kind of going between the Packers and the Bears. So to get this team at pick 18 is really good.
Hey, King Ron ran up to the draft board and he says he's not screwing around. He's taking the Houston Texans, and I can't blame him. That's a good value pick again.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot to build there. and all the pieces are in place. You got your superstar quarterback on a rookie deal. You got a bunch of exciting young guys. Um, they added Diggs. And so you upgraded the wide receiver. It's just, I mean, you got cap, you got pieces. I mean, just build and you got a squad.
Yeah, I mean the Texans are really they're a couple devs away from being a really, really good team. If you get Anderson and Stingley both to superstar, that makes that team look really, really good.
Now, Bomber, did we have a person or two leave mid draft or no? I feel.
We did. It was I don't know if they were a couple or brother combo, but
Yeah.
Slaw and Jesse the Dragon, both those two
Okay.
have decided not to partake
That's
in the
great.
primer. Um,
Hey,
so
if anybody's in chat that's not in primer and you want to be and you're not in the SML, DM me right now on Discord. I might add you mid draft. We might add you mid draft. KJ, I see you're there. This is your chance, man. Go get permission. Just go speed run that Bible, buddy.
hell, we got SML guys asking to come back. You got MYT and Mike
No, in my
SML
team, we can't do it.
both trying to get back
I
in.
can't do that. We've got a 10-man wait list or something.
Yeah, so funny enough, it was one of the guys down there, either 31 or 32, had said something about not having much to pick from, and I tried to tell him in chat. I was like, somebody's not going to get their pick in, or somebody's going to drop, and sure enough, two guys did. So they're going to move up.
Yeah, two guys are gonna move up, and Ringer says, "Let me get the Steelers." He says, "Ringer takes the Steelers."
I like that. I think the Steelers are a really good team this year. Um, you know, we talked about it again on the mock draft earlier today about Dan taking them because they're significantly improved in my eyes from where they were last year. You've got two quarterbacks there. Pick one, move the other, and you've got another piece to build with.
Real quick, I'm just checking here who's left on the clock. Captain Planet, CPT Planet, um, is on the clock. I'm gonna go ahead and DM him real quick.
Yeah, no, Captain Planet did send a list in, so I do have his list. And he went all the way to 24 or whatever. I think he was number 22 or 23. I don't know what number he was when he sent his list in, but he sent one pick for every spot. So um, another team that may be a surprise, but we'll see what he does with his 3 minutes that he's got left.
Yeah. Um,
You're gonna see the Bengals fall even further with the truth in there.
yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe, but I don't know how many of these guys down here either A have played against him, or B, I mean, if you're picking between the Broncos or the Bengals in that division, I think you still take the Bengals. And if you think you're going to lose to them twice, you lose to them twice, and you're still a really good record.
Captain Planet has made his pick, and he takes the New Orleans Saints, which is a big pick there, which means our friend R Powers is on the clock, and there is some good teams for R Powers to pick from.
Yeah, Captain Planet, even with all these teams falling, he stuck to his list and he took the Saints.
Is he a Saints fan? Is he?
I think he is. But that means that, both leagues, we've got guys taking the Saints that really probably places they shouldn't be taken. But
Did
Yeah,
R
Rob
Powers say
Power,
Winston?
one of Polly's guys.
yeah,
He runs a
this is
bunch
one of
of
Paulie's
radio
guys.
stations. Yeah, got to get him to announce a game since let's hear his radio voice. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I heard he owns XM Radio, so pretty big head guy there.
Oh, I wonder if he owns the Howard Stern channel or something. We could get on there. Get
He
the
is
Truth
not on the
podcast
list.
on
There you go.
unfiltered.
Yeah, I think a lot of these guys too are gonna be maybe even slow to put their picks in because there's teams that you just wouldn't expect to be this far down the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Power said he was a Raiders fan, and they're off the board, so he's, that's the only team I can count out other than the ones that are picked.
Poor guy's got to pick from the Bengals, the Bills, the
Yeah.
Chargers, the Commanders, Cowboys. Heck, even the Panthers aren't terrible.
Yeah, they're probably in my bottom 3, but there's teams in there that are in my top probably 15, top 10. The Bengals being left kind of surprises me. I mean, that's a really good team with maybe the best quarterback in the game.
Yeah, maybe the most complete team in the game, honestly,
Yeah.
on both sides of the ball.
Yep, and Captain Planet says he almost took the Bengals because he's an LSU fan too.
And I do have
Go
an
Burrow.
announcement to make. Not an addition, or not a person adding a team yet, but I do have a team selection pick as well. But KJ Slander has officially joined the primer mid-draft. KJ Slander's back in the SML, baby. He's back. This is like when Batman left and then he came back in the trilogy. This is like Spider-Man 3 when Peter Parker came back after the symbiote. KJ Slander is back in the primer.
That's not bad. He almost made it 2 weeks. That's pretty good.
Man,
Also,
I knew
like
he was coming back soon when I got a picture of Okra today. So,
also, R. Powers is taking the Bengals.
all right, I figured that was coming. They had to come off the board at some point soon.
And you really stole the show from our Powers.
I feel bad for R. Powers. He had a great pick.
Just blows up about KJ back. Oh, by the way, this guy took the Bengals.
Good pick, Rob.
That was actually a great pick.
Good pick.
Let's see.
He says, "What did I miss? I wasn't listening." KJ's back, Fig. KJ's back.
Man, color me surprised that KJ's back. I'm just total stunner.
Yeah, I speed reader. I'll tell you what.
So we have, who's on the clock now? Swamp
Ass.
I'm going to call him Swamp Pass.
Just say it, man. Just say it. That's his name. Just say it, bro.
Again, guys with these PSNs typically don't last a long time, but you never know. You never know.
I'll tell you what, he was close. He talking about that inactive list. He was on it.
I was going to kick him, and somehow 30 seconds later he came back.
Yeah.
Speaking of LSU fans, maybe Swamp Ass is one.
What a PSN. I mean, geez, this is as bad as, what was the guy's name?
Foreskin or whatever.
Foreskin. Jeez Louise.
Oh, gosh.
We've had some good ones.
What happened to just good old Christian PSNs like just
the Black Hole 24.
the Black Hole or Tree Stump or something like. Oh, Swamp Pass has made his pick, and he takes the Commanders.
That's a really good pick for Swamp Pass. Yeah, I don't know how we can spin this one.
Let me type
Maybe
this in.
Swampus.
Swampus. Dude, you gotta fix your PSN. Who's on the clock now? MMX.
Now it's MMX. I think this is a guy that knows Paulie. I thought I saw them going back and forth in chat, and I think he's from was it MOF? Was the league that Paulie was in before? I think he's from there. So he did send in a list, which if you send in a list, that's already a good sign because we had quite a few didn't, but.
Yeah, MMX could be the next big thing. There's a lot of next big thing. We got a lot of good new members in Primer. Curious, obviously, cycle starting up here soon. We're gonna get a lot of information rolled out to you guys after the draft. But really fun time in Primer. New cycle, new Madden. Optimism and hope is in the air. There's MMX is on the clock.
Yeah, no, he was in the Twitch chat not too long ago, so maybe he's still in there. Maybe deciding. Like I said,
pick us in.
All right.
He says, "Good day to you." He's talking in King James version because he actually says, "Good day to ye." I will take the Cleveland Browns. Bomber, your Browns go right here.
Wow. Okay, not where I thought he would go, because the Cowboys are still on the clock or on the board, and that was a higher team on his list. But I guess he decided he wanted to go with the Browns.
Yeah.
Good luck. The cap situation there is rough.
Yeah. Beware the cap. Don't come crying to us whenever you're 60 million over cap. I'm not referring to anybody in particular.
J Mac is now on the clock, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more picks left in this draft to go. Chargers, Cowboys still on the board. Panthers, a good team. Heck, Bills. I mean, geez,
Yeah,
Louise,
Bill's still
the
there.
Bills are still there. How the heck are the Bills still there? Are they not a good team?
Bills have lost a lot, a
I
whole
think
lot.
you put Browns as Browns and not MMX.
Oh, geez, thanks for letting me know.
That was Mike called that out, of course, in
Mike,
chat.
Mike likes
He's
to
on
point
it.
out people's flaws, but let me tell you, Mike's a good guy. He does things the right way, except for pick food delivery things like Factor and HelloFresh. It seems like he has troubles with that stuff, but other than
Right? He's just got a bunch of bougie TV dinners.
that,
He's got high standards for food posts. I will say that. Mike's got high standards.
yeah, I hate Mike. Actually, he'll judge me for posting a picture of Wendy's and then post a picture of HelloFresh. I DM JMac. JMac is on the clock, and still 2 minutes left to go here.
Just out of curiosity, I'm gonna do it inactive in chat and see what we've got. So only one on there that's over a day is Dalian Thunderous at 2 days,
Nice.
and his pick is up next. So we'll see.
Valium Thunder.
Yeah, I don't even recognize the name.
Yeah, I
Man.
don't know that one.
KJ
We
is
do have-
back in the SML ecosystem in the primer. Good for him. Primer a little low key for him. He could kind of work his way back in, kind of like a NBA veteran, kind of maybe joining the D League or something. Getting his legs wet. KJ, an SML icon, has made the playoffs. He's helped babies out of trees and cats out of trees, and takes dogs to the animal shelter. Just one of those good guys that you want in your league.
Yeah, there's like a third of SML that's only still in SML because he got him a PS5.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely made his mark on SML.
There's a special place in my heart. Also, KJ slightly good looking, and I'm pretty sure he was flirting with my wife at the SML meetup one time.
But Jayshu confirms he absolutely ran from the truth.
Wow.
He says he was taking the Steelers until he took the Ravens.
Did you say J-Mac
least
put
he-
his list in?
He did not. The only one we've got left is at 29 or whatever pick that is now, 27. Grim Meeper.
Wow.
Grim Reaper.
Grim
What are
Reaper.
these names?
These
What are
names
these
terrible.
names?
This is just
What
this must be a
doing?
new generation.
Well, I guess
gee.
A Train J was taken, so he had to.
Grim
come up with
Reaper's
something
here at
different.
least. He's watching, he says. That's good. I mean, these PSNs are terrible, but I'm old, he says. I can't even blame it on Gen Z.
He says he's old.
I kind of like Grim Meeper. I don't mind that one.
It's actually not too bad. Oh, J-Mac's pick is in?
Okay.
He says, you can give me whoever. I'm on a road trip. Looking forward to the league. Okay. Whoever, huh? I'm going to give him the Tennessee Titans. J-Mac gets the Titans with... actually, no. I'm going to give
I was
him...
just saying you probably broke KJ's heart.
No, yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's give him the Bucks. I don't know who the Bucks got.
We should ask chat. Let
the chat decide. All right, everybody, you decide.
Chat.
Somebody pick.
Bean just says give him 32.
Trick.
Says Carolina. Mike says the Cardinals. Gus says 32.
I see
He's
Cardinals.
getting no
I
help.
see Cardinals
I see
twice.
2 cards. We'll say Cardinals.
He's getting no help from chat.
Yeah, no, he's not getting up from chat. Everybody says last team 32, 32.
We'll give him the Cardinals.
All right, Cardinals sound good. That might
He
be,
responded, so I'll respect him and give him the Cardinals. All right, that means
All right, Dandelion's on the clock.
Dandelion. Huh? Interesting.
Just start calling Dan Dandelion.
Oh, I've got a lot of nicknames for Dan. Trust me.
Paulie, what's wrong with Paulie says Bomber, what's wrong with the cards in Madden terms? I think I could
I don't
probably
think
tell
there's
you.
anything wrong. I actually don't hate them. they are going to require a lot of work and effort. But I don't really know that I want to put into a team in a third league. Um, they have good pieces. I like Trey Benson. Like I said earlier, though, he's got never braced for hits, so I'm assuming he's going to fumble a couple times. But you do have Marvin Harrison. You have two quarterbacks, so you could trade one. A lot of guys that need to be developed, but I think they could be a fun team for somebody that wants to put in that work.
Yeah, one of those teams is NCAA NYT.
Yeah, yeah. One in NCAA and then SML and Primer.
NCAA is a good game. I did play in a league one time. Under 5 hours, won a championship game. Beat the Truth. If the Truth is in chat, I beat him handily.
I heard that there was a lot of complaints about the gameplay in that one. It was it was so bad.
Controversial.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people said you pulled the Jim Harbaugh and just walked away before the
Before the
suspension
sanctions.
hit, but yeah.
I mean, you didn't even recruit anybody for the next guy that got Notre Dame either. I mean, you literally went all in on one season.
So he's down to 2 minutes. Like I said, he was the longest inactive on the list.
Dandelion.
So, yeah.
My money is that this guy is not here.
Yeah, I don't see him in the chat here, unless he's got like some crazy name like some of the other ones we saw.
Cowboys are a bottom six. Mike makes a good point. Cowboys being a bottom six pick in any Madden league is kind of crazy. They always
the Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, the Bills and Chargers still on the board.
This is a weird draft.
Oh my God! Hopefully QP's not watching because he's going to talk about how the Chargers fell all the way to the 20s and maybe the last pick.
Yeah, we'll go undrafted now.
Yeah, they may go undrafted.
I don't know how.
Yeah, that one surprises me.
KP's
you
in
have
chat.
The Chiefs there, but there's really not anybody that good there.
We got about a minute left here for Dandelion and maybe his primer career.
Yeah, you got KP says that Primer knows Josh Allen is broken. He can't be any more broken than Bo Nix and Baker Mayfield. I mean, there's not exactly great quarterbacks left. Will Levis.
Will Levis. I do respect Will Levis.
Different reasons.
He's impressive.
Is he?
27 seconds left on Dandelion's SML primer career potentially here, as we're ticking away in this draft here. Up next is the Grim Meeper, who it was in the Twitch. So the PSN's growing on me for him.
Yeah, I like it. If I remember right, Meeper is a Muppets character, so if he's old, that makes sense.
And the clock's up. Time's up for Dandelion. Which means the Grim Meeper is on the clock, and I will be effectively removing Dandelion.
He says Meeps was his cat. All right, that's a cool name. But he is on the clock, and he does have a list in. And his lists now looks like none of the top ones are there. But then he also had a list of anyone but not these. So we'll see who he goes with. Really, I mean, it's got to be the Bills, right?
Bills,
Cowboys or Bills?
Chargers, Cowboys.
So we got Bills best possible.
Grim, Coop, Soda, Jade Don, and KJ all left in the draft here. Titans are there. Chargers, Cowboys, Bills, Panthers.
And he says the pick is in.
Oh, pick is in, he says. I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm going to pass on the Cowboys. I select the Chargers, he says. Good pick there.
Okay. All right, so Chargers go at what, 20?
Coop is on the clock.
28?
That's a good value pick there. If you're Grim Reaper, you got to be happy with that.
Yeah, I think coming into this draft, if you got the Chargers in the late 20s, you can't be upset at that.
He should be he should be able to compete season 1.
For
Yeah,
sure. With Herbert behind the helm.
and I think you've got. I mean, looking at the teams left: Bucks, Panthers, Titans, Broncos. I don't think anybody would have batted an eye at those teams being the bottom four, but Cowboys and Bills still being on the board as the next two is kind of crazy.
Yeah, this has been very very good draft for guys who want to pick value picks and who are kind of new in the league. Happy for them because sometimes you got join a league late and you just kind of get stuck at the bottom. So good for some of these guys to have a chance to have a good fun team.
And he says it's the dandelion effect. Dan has scared everybody out of the AFC West.
Wood says people possibly avoiding truth in the NFC East.
Yeah, except he's not in the NFC East,
The
so
AFC North, though.
yeah,
Woods,
yeah.
why are you lying to me?
Maybe
He
he
was the
thought
Eagles last cycle. Come on, Woods, keep up, man. What are we doing here?
Slow, man.
Truth was Swampas.
And Coop, his pick is in. Coop Elite's pick is the Cowboys.
All right, so that one makes sense. We got one of the better teams off the board.
Who? Who? Who's pick?
Coop Elite.
Coop Elite. Okay.
I wonder if
Not,
that's an upgrade over our old Coop. I guess we'll find out.
yeah, we'll find out. Not just your standard Coop.
Yeah, the elite version.
Elite Coop.
So who's on the clock now? Soda Dude?
Yep, should be Soda Dude.
Soda Dude. Favorite
Or maybe
soda.
Dude.
Yeah. Favorite
Yeah, that's
soda is
true.
Mountain Dew.
That's what I'm going to call him. Sod. Sod.
Baja.
Sod A Dude.
What do you call a soda up there in Indiana, Prime?
I call it a pop.
So his name
Pop.
would be Papa Dude.
Papa Dude. You
Soda
guys, do you
pop.
guys not call it pop where you're from?
No,
Call
Soda.
it soda.
Interesting.
Somebody
Hey,
could say
Coop is back too. Oh boy, we got somebody lobbying for that last spot.
Anyway, so I'm a Green Bay fan, but they are taking. I will settle for the other Bay, Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay.
Dude takes Tampa Bay. Bills still on the board. What's wrong with the Bills?
I don't know. There's no way I thought that the Bills would be a bottom 2 or 3 team.
clearly scared to play in my division. I mean, that's the only logical explanation at this point.
Which means J. Aiden and KJ are left.
AJ praying for the Bills right now.
Wood says if the Bills are last in primer, he'll join.
So we got the
Yeah,
Bills. We've got
This
the
is crazy.
Titans
And
and
the Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah. Titans and Panthers not surprised at all. So
And we have how many people left to pick? 2?
yeah,
Who's
2
on
people
the
left
clock?
to take and then 1 empty spot.
Yeah, because we moved Dandelion.
Who's on the clock?
Oh, there should be 3.
How does that work?
I don't know.
Jay Adon is on the clock. Is that the guy who left us?
Oh, there's only 2 because we added KJ. That's right.
Hey, Adon.
Who's Jay Adon?
He was the
question.
last one to join yesterday, so I don't know if we've seen him since. But if not, that puts KJ on the clock, choosing between the Titans, the Bills, and the Panthers.
So we have Broncos are there too, Bomber.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. All right, so we'll have 2 of those gone, which means we'll have 2
Potentially.
teams left. That's right.
We'll get them filled rather quickly. Gotta.
Oh,
Oh, pick is
and
in.
Jaded on. He's got his pick in.
Hey, day dawn.
Hey, I can't blame him. Best player available. He's taking the Bills. Talk about a value pick. That's like going to
Right.
Walmart.
Yep. So that means KJ's on the clock. The Titans are there. Also the Panthers and Broncos. Is there any way he doesn't go Titans?
Oh, that still be an ultimate. Like, I feel this is like the test of fandom right here.
I mean, between the 3 teams, I mean, you're just picking your poison. Just take your team, you know.
And he does Titans all day.
Yeah, I got to kick KJ now because he didn't follow the rules in chat. I hate to kick him right after he joined, but
DM you. That's right.
That's, you know what? That's a good pick for him. He gets his favorite team. He gets the Titans. He's in my division, which means the Panthers and Broncos go undrafted. We have 2 openings in Primer, which is great. We'll go ahead and get those teams filled up within probably 24 hours, and the team selection draft for Primer is over.
Yeah, I would say pay attention to league updates here shortly, and we'll have the league info and the schedule for the start of the season.
Again, to reiterate, pay very special attention to how to start and join the league. Because if you don't join as a financial mogul, you will have no funds and you will be fired relatively quickly. So there's nothing we can do about it. So just pay attention to the details.
Mike says, big fan of the 2/3 of this panel. AJ, I guess you're not really liked too well, but that's all right.
We already knew that. Mike sends DMs about hating AJ all the time. So
yeah, he hates me.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, if he doesn't, he'll take either the Raiders or the Broncos next week.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
To prove it.
Guys, this has been the SML Primer Team Selection Draft. Down there, that's Bomber. That's AJ. I'm Prime. Thanks for watching. Good luck this cycle, gentlemen. Stay tuned to league updates. Be ready. Thanks for watching.